Today's edition of 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every business day, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We bring you unusual option activity. Thank all of you for joining us today. Let's get started with today's first bit of unusual activity. First, we have to tell you that our disclaimer is that this is for informational and educational purposes only. That you have to decide if it's an appropriate investment for you. We cannot do that. Intellectual property. Yes, we have registered marks, trademarks, patents, and copyrights on virtually everything you're about to see. If you'd like to reproduce it in any manner, please ask us first. Thank you. All right, well, I remember just a week ago we were talking about Angie's List, A-N-G-I. Told you it's a $6 billion company. It's bigger today because those calls they were buying, the 15 calls, when the stock was $13.60 when we first talked about it. By the time I'm talking about it on CNBC, it's $1 higher, $14.78. Many of you were helping lift it on that day. And here's how those May 15 calls traded. They went from 80 cents to $2.96 just over the last week because, we're not the sort of folks who want to dabble in things that go up 5 or 10%. This, my friends, was not a quad, but it was a triple. Those calls today opened at $1.65, which was a double. As I went to sell them, it ended up that I got $2 plus for those calls. I didn't get anywhere near $2.96, but I got $2. Presently, they're a $2.70 bid. So in other words, yeah, that triple still there, still working. And I'll have more on that because one of you asked a question about Angie's. I'll get to that. Facebook, yeah, yesterday I talked about it when it was 309.64. Facebook, bullish call buying. April 23rd expiration. So not this Friday, the following Friday. So the following Friday, April 320 calls. But the stock's 309, so I bought the 310s. How do we do so far? Well, stock's now 312.79. That's $3 higher than when we mentioned it yesterday. And look at the high of the day, 314. So that's about a $5 jump from when we talked about it yesterday, if you know what I mean. So both these working out very nicely. I have taken profits on both and still in both as of this moment. But since my discipline is that I take off half on a double, I then snug up a stop order underneath. So if I exited, say, at 205 or 210 for the Angie's calls, I'll put a stop at about 175, 180 level so that if we pulled back, I'd still get out with plenty of profit on the other 50%. The 50% rather that I take off the table is the discipline that I'm using to make sure that I'm at the tables as long as possible. You got to cut your losses too, and when we have those, we address them. I'll talk about that in just a moment. Now, this was when CJ and Monty were talking with me about some data they were presenting about crypto. We do that every day on the Daily Crypto Bite. I'd encourage you to tune in. The Daily Crypto Bite is at 10 a.m. Eastern Time every day, sponsored by Voyager. And every day we talk about the best opportunities that we're seeing at that time, the news that's moving crypto, and the Doge of the day, which is our altcoin of the day. And because of Doge, I have nicknamed that our Doge of the day. Thank you. Now we're getting into what the new activity is. Pinterest. So PINS is the symbol. Stock was 83.19. 7,900 calls changed hands, and 7,900 calls is 790,000 share equivalent because every option is for 100 shares of stock. So you have to move that decimal point and put 2 more zeros in there. That's how many shares it represents. 7,900 options, 790,000 shares of stock. at 83, yeah, that would be a big trade. So we want to follow those guys. They bought those 23rd of April 85 calls. There's Pinterest now, a little bit higher than when we cited it, 83.19, 83.28. Keep your eye on it. We are in this trade. It's been as high as 84.60 today. And of course, it opened at about 84.46, as you see there. I would remind you that all of our videos are available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com, and then you type in Market Rebellion. You could become a subscriber. That is free. We do have subscriptions that we charge for, but those videos are all free. Everything from Pete's The Take to the Daily Crypto Bite to my 60-second video to 3 at 3. All of those videos are completely free. That won't change. There are thousands of them. We produce multiples every day, so you can understand how we get to that number. And all of them are available, from the roundtable that goes on Mondays till the cocktail hour on Friday, and all of the Take, Crypto Bite, 3 at 3, and so forth that go on. So do yourself a favor, go over to YouTube and type in Market Rebellion and click subscribe. Thank you. IQ is our second of the day for today's 3 at 3. IQ, they were buying with the stock at 16.52, 77.50 of the end of the month, April 30th expiration. So more than 2 full weeks into the future, April 20 calls. $4 above the market, more or less. Call it $3.50 above the market, paying 27 cents. I would much rather buy, and did, buy the 17 calls and sell a higher strike against it. I'm moving the odds into my favor by doing that. That doesn't mean that you should just do that trade. You can go in there and buy those for 27 cents, and I hope you hit a home run. But I swing for doubles. Singles and doubles is how I have made a great living in the markets. I'd encourage you guys to exercise plenty of discipline as well. There's IQ as it moves up to 16.56. So it was 16.52, now 16.56, literally the same area. So you're not chasing something hot. I was not, nor was Pete on Halftime Report. Sometimes that can skew things because so many people see us on there and then jump into those trades. I would encourage all of you to seize control of your financial destiny, and you can do that by going to marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. You can start seeing right away how you could do distance learning, online courses. You could have a coach, you could have a mentor, you can sign up for any of our subscription services, which include what I'm doing right now, unusual option activity. Just go over to marketrebellion.com/get started to learn more. Third of our 3 at 3 is Roblox. This one, of course, just came public about a month ago, and Kathy Woods has been a big buyer. Several people really believe in this stock other than Kathy. I think Mr. Brad Gerstner from Altimer, I believe he is in this one. And stock was $80 this morning. They were buying 5,300 of the end of the month, April, 85 calls. I like buying the at the money and selling above. I'll keep repeating that because that's what I do. But there's nothing saying you couldn't just buy those 85 calls. You don't have to spread. I spread because I can address time decay, which is theta, and vega, which is volatility. I want to address both of those with my trades because that way I believe I have much higher hit rate and much lower drawdowns. There's Roblox moving up a buck to 81.15. It opened at 74 today, folks, which is what that highlight is pointing out. So literally, it opened close to unchanged today and then ran $5, $6 after that. So that's a wonderful thing. I have not taken off any of my Roblox trade here yet, By the way, I'll be on the halftime report tomorrow, so maybe I'll talk about it there as well. Questions? Yeah, if you've got questions, I will try to have answers. So, at Jon Najarian or at 3@3_UOA is how you get those questions up here. Andrew picks the best of the best and puts them up. Tiger Cub, who is, I guess, one of the folks over at Archegos Capital, or at least he used their avatar. He's only got 2 followers, so that's not a rip on you, Tiger Cub, but it is just kind of interesting that you've basically just started your account, I guess. And it's a humor or parody account is my guess, because you're using somebody else's face and you are making a joke about the Tiger Cub, former Tiger Cub, going bankrupt, which is not true yet, but nonetheless very sad that that gentleman lost so much money. That's coming our way of at Archegos Cap. Well, rebuilding mode. Yep, rebuilding mode indeed. Are we hiring? Yes, we are. You can send those resumes on over to marketrebellion.com. Believe it or not, we are almost always hiring because we are growing this like crazy. So even though I know this is a parody and a joke, nonetheless, yep, we are hiring. Halftime. All right, Big Apple Trader, and that is his moniker on Twitter, Big AAPL Trader, Trader. Hey, Jon Najarian, are you going to be on halftime to bring us some UOA? No, but I will be on tomorrow, and I will be on either Thursday or Friday as well. So I will be on the halftime report tomorrow. Please tune into that. Lots to update tomorrow. And turns out we have a big fan, AV fan. So he's not just an AV fan, he's a me fan, which, as more than one person has pointed out, if you just follow me all the time and tweet stuff at me, you're not really a hater, you're a super fan. And apparently this guy is a super fan. He says, Jon and Pete Najarian, are you guys grifters or just snake oil salesmen? Well, I'm not sure how to answer that, AV fan. I think we are very good at what we do, and it's why we've got legions of followers. It's why Pete and I each have an awful lot of Twitter, Instagram, all the rest, social media, and it's why CNBC pays us the big bucks. But apparently you don't really like that, and I get it. So calling us snake oil salesmen or grifters, as Andrew has highlighted here, a grifter is a person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling. Okay, when we tell somebody that we're buying a particular option at a level, and then people buy that and double their money or triple their money, and occasionally even lose some money because every investment involves risk, I don't really understand how that's grifting, but I get it. You are not really happy with us, and so you wanted to vent. So I get it. So there's Andrew holding on to our Trade Like a Rebel shirt. I happen to have one right here. And what I'm going to encourage you guys to do is, for at AVFan7, whoever sends the best redunder, the best comment back to him at AVFAN7 will get one of these shirts. Now, I can't guarantee that with the thousands of you that are going to be responding to him that one of you is going to, might have what you perceive as the best comeback to him. But whichever ones of you we deem, will run it by our basically our team to see who did the best job of ripping into AV Fan 7.
Even AV can join.
AV, you can even do it. You can even rip yourself. And you could, AV, win one of these. Trade Like a Rebel. You could win that. It's also got, Market Rebellion, Trade Like a Rebel on the back. So if you'd like one of those, please respond to at AVFan7 with whatever you think is appropriate for him not being sure if we're grifters or snake oil salesmen. And we will pick the winner out of that group and send you that lovely t-shirt. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, everybody. I look forward to seeing the retweets. And as always, remember that we are on YouTube. You type in Market Rebellion, you get all the videos for free. It's not the same as subscribing because you're not getting it live, but you will get all the videos by going over to YouTube and typing in Market Rebellion and clicking subscribe. Bang. Thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you on the halftime report tomorrow.